The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm.
Yeah, I hope you guys are feeling well. How you guys been? How's your week going?
We chilling.
It felt like, this week it was just like the biggest exhale I've ever taken in my life.
What you exhaling about?
The inauguration?
Inauguration was definitely this week.
Oh, Lord.
That weight wasn't that heavy for you.
I know, right?
Don't say that.
She over there. They're still against us.
I heard everything from, it felt like I took a shower for the first time in 4 years.
Who the fuck said that?
That, okay. You ever had that one shower that's just like, God, I feel excellent.
It's called an iRobot shower.
But
Not
4 years.
I'm about to say, bro, if I got that shower, sat down. Just let it run.
But I'm glad you guys are doing okay. But since we were on the inauguration topic, let's hop in that real quick. I feel like Mr. A&E has the most input on this.
I mean, if we all watch the same thing, then
we all watched the inauguration.
We got the same input, don't we?
I mean, I didn't watch it, so.
Oh, okay.
You didn't watch it?
No, my sleep schedule is messed up.
Oh man, you missed a great day.
You know what you missed?
I did
a
see
boring old inauguration, which is great.
The most I got out of it was Michelle Obama looking fine as ever, and the Bernie Sanders memes.
Them Bernie Sanders memes are hilarious.
They're out of control. They are out of control. But Mr. A&E, like I said, you probably got something to say.
Well, the inauguration happened on Wednesday. Of course, I was watching it on high alert. I was sitting there watching more corners than the security guy. I was sitting there just like, I want to make sure everything cool. Y'all not trying to take out, y'all ain't trying to do nothing stupid by storming or have, all the National Guard do a tent hut. Like, no.
Bro, they was on TikTok crying.
Like, in which ways?
Oh, you didn't see that video of that lady?
No, I did.
She was just like, President Trump, come save us. It's not America. That's what she said.
Oh, you talking about 4 people. Oh, gotcha.
She probably said that. I can't picture a world without him.
They was going off, and then they interviewed a man who was like, "It's okay. He got until 12 p.m. to put in martial law." And then they found him. They found him the next day. And I was like, "Damn, bro, how'd that interview go?"
Hate to see
well, they was all mad, and it's all right with them because we made history again in this country. And you know what? Look, I'm sorry. It's been a very hard 4 years. I was just telling this on when we talked about the inauguration a little bit on Balls Notch podcast. I said, you know what? I'll see if I remember this. We all went out to Buffalo Wild Wings, November of 2016, and we said, look, we all gonna take a shot. I even made Swag take a shot because he was like, look, if we can all make it back here alive, I was dead serious, alive in the next 4 years, we're gonna come back here and take another shot. Now, obviously, COVID
had everything going on.
COVID was like,
however,
no sir.
I do plan on getting the same people that was there that night to come back and do it again, maybe even some more.
I don't know who them people are.
I specifically remember that text message I sent you during that time, during the inauguration. I was like, hey, man, you busy Saturday? You want to get a drink? And you text me back, are you okay?
Yes.
I was like, I just feel like we just need a day without politics. He's like,
that
was the first thing. You're like, are you sane?
But, bro, I'm telling you, this year was different. I slept 8 hours. I went to bed at 12:45. Never have I had done that since kids came in my life. And I'm telling you right now, I woke up refreshed. I woke up. I woke up. I watched the pregame to the inauguration. I had CNN on. I was like, they were setting up, putting everything back on. So I was like, oh my God, it's about to happen. We can do this. And then it just felt different. It was the same inauguration that we get usually for every inauguration, but this one, it's a history making one. We had my man Eugene Goodman coming there walking. Kamala Harris, my man, got the illest of raises of all time when it comes to police officers, and then Kamala Harris and Jill Biden and Michelle Obama just say, we gonna call each other. We gonna stunt on everybody and.
It was the monochrome show. They just was like, all right, everybody wear one color.
Look, I ain't even gonna lie to
you. It was.
I was even happy to see Bush there. I was just like, hey, what's up, Bush? What's up, Barb? You know what I'm saying?
That's Laura. Laura dead.
Oh, Barb dead. Hey, Laura. Yeah,
that's his mom.
Yeah, I say something. They was all coming out. And Mike Pence got that one little clap because they was like, "Oh, you had balls to show up today, huh? Okay, whatever. You might since you here." And all the other people that nobody knew, everybody was like, "We're gonna ignore them because the Ted Cruz of the world and shit like that. Like, why the fuck are y'all even here?"
Why'd y'all come?
Because they takes out the fake Martin Luther King quotes on Monday.
Oh, Jesus! Don't start.
Yo, the NFL had the nerve.
Oh, the audacity!
Y'all got the dunction. Y'all really
the precocity.
y'all out of line. Y'all out of line.
I bet the NFL did.
I told it to you. They tweeted it was just like an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. Somebody retweeted them with the Kaepernick picture.
Yeah, like
really?
Just looking at them, like You gotta hit him with this you.
It's your bands, right? So it was that, and it wasn't just about that because we got the first ever Black South Asian vice president.
Yes,
first ever woman,
aka Harvard graduate.
Howard
graduate. My apologies.
Dang, you was about to
Howard graduate. And that was it, and that made history along right there. And actually, Biden gave a good speech. Also, ran down all the pinpoints that he needed to. Then we get that awesome poem by
Amanda Gorman.
Amanda Gorman, who blew up literally every show wanted her that night. I'm talking about Anderson Cooper. I'm talking about Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon. I'm talking about what's the guy that you don't like from Carpool Karaoke?
What guy? I didn't like him. James Corden.
James Corden, yeah. Okay, no, his UK don't like him, right?
Just
okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, James. She's been everywhere because I'm saying she went down and just laid the law. I just loved it.
She went from like a few thousand followers to like 2 million. Since the inauguration on Instagram.
Shout out to her.
That poem was
Did you see the poem, man? Like in its entirety?
I did not.
I think you do yourself a favor and go to the CNN YouTube channel, and trust me, CNN is not a toxic news place like Fox News is.
Oh yeah.
So
I know.
Okay. So you can go there and they have her inauguration poem in full.
Gotcha.
Lady Gaga performed the national anthem, had the gold mic and everything.
Hunger Games fit.
Oh
yeah,
I really like Lady Gaga, so I gotta check that out too.
Oh yeah, she was great. J-Lo came in there and pissed off all the racists by talking in Spanish at the end.
I heard. And
I heard. Like, what's happening? And listen, I'm not mad at her for speaking Spanish, but I was taken aback because it just came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh. Okay.
We ain't never had all that he had. I can see them get pissed.
They probably was like, "This is America." Speak English.
Oh man.
Yeah. Jill came out there, right? Even Garth Brooks came out there. Sung "America the Beautiful" and walked by, gave Obama a hug.
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace.
He hugged everybody, and people was
wasn't
upset.
That before if you got this? America the Beautiful.
They was upset because he hugged everybody and he didn't have a mask on. I'm like, honestly, everybody on the stage probably had to take 50-11 COVID tests.
That's before they even got there.
Right.
That's right. Ted Cruz is mad.
And
so they gotta get COVID tested and gotta go through the metal detector.
Apparently, the biggest thing that got out of it was Bernie Sanders.
Bruh, these memes.
First of all, shout out to Bernie Sanders because he actually made a shirt of his meme, and all the money is going straight to donations. I forget which charity, but they
Meals
sold out.
on Wheels. He's helping out his fellow elders.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So shout out to him. Take an opportunity
because other elders won't do it. I would say, turkey neck and stuff. Other elders won't do it, but
turkey neck. That man. Never mind.
But you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. That's why I said never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah. So, what'd you say, Swag?
Oh no, I was just saying, shout out to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. And as soon as by God he started signing all these orders to put us back in all these things. He signed 17 orders that day, and when I was watching Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo when they was doing the inauguration live post show, I was like, wait a minute, we was out of all this stuff? Yep. I did not know how much stuff that our previous president took us away from.
Yes, the World Health Organization. We weren't in that anymore. Yeah. I can't remember what's the other pack, but we weren't in a lot of things anymore. They took away a lot of liberties for folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are just like, see, this is what we talking about. Like people who apparently don't pay attention to politics at all. I can't claim that I pay attention to politics completely, but this last 4 years has made me highly aware of a lot of things that I never paid attention to.
Unfortunately.
However, so it seems that every president, the first day they come in, it's not just because when you go from Democrat to Republican and whatever, they sign a bunch of orders the first day they come in. A lot of times, I mean, some of the stuff is, I guess, to continue things. Some of the stuff is to change different policies because they don't necessarily agree with, or, like taking out that travel ban that happened the first year of the presidency and has been in place this entire time because so much stuff was happening rapid fire. I feel like stuff just kept getting pushed further and further under the rug.
Yeah.
So like the travel ban, they had to undo that. Some of the different things that they took, like taking us out of the World Health Organization, like, not being involved with that. Probably getting together a pandemic task force that we previously had that was disbanded. Yes. Things like that. You got to come in and clean up.
Sway. Let me just say something real quick. Can you imagine, right? Where it's like, I ask you to build a house, right?
Yeah.
Like in today's world, I need you to build a house. And you're like, and just say you have the skills to do it, right? Mm-hmm. And I drive you to this empty lot and just leave you there and say, handle it. That's what happened with this pandemic. They had no pandemic plan. They had no vaccine distribution plan. They had nothing. So when they got it, they was like, where are they at? Oh, they ain't had shit.
Wow.
Can you imagine I don't even want to be in Biden's seat right now, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. And look, I'm going to be honest with you about this. Look, I want to hear the same argument every single day, every single year, every single decade. It doesn't matter. Saying the president doesn't change anything, stuff like that. So who cares? People don't care about any of this kind of stuff like that. Look, you're right. Saying, I will be honest and say I don't follow politics enough to probably how I should to at least be up to date in the world.
Right.
Like I said, when I realized we was out of all this stuff, I was like, this is some major shit that we out of. Mm-hmm. Like, this is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I wasn't paying. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention because I hated my political science class. You know what I'm saying? I hate also that we was out of. But you know what? I am going to do like I do a lot of other presidents. I'm going to give him a chance to do what he wants to do. And this, we have a Democratic style house, which, by the way, Mr. Connell is still trying to fight over.
Of course.
But anyway, I'm saying now that we have had the most diverse administration almost ever, I'm going to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just at the point now where, one, I don't want to have to hear about the president every day.
I'm there too.
We've had enough of that for 4 years. But also, I will say this. Yes, I agree with some of the sentiments that no matter who's in office, some things just don't change. But I will tell you one thing that I guarantee. I'm not, I can't say that this is for sure. Like, I know 100% that it wouldn't have been, that it would have been this bad with somebody else. But I'm about 95% sure that if this was any other president, this pandemic would not have gotten to the point that it was.
I agree.
And
that's true.
That's one thing that is whether or not, okay, we have a lot in our everyday lives. The person who is sitting in the highest office in the country really doesn't have a bearing on a lot of what we do personally. However, in this situation that we're in now, think about how much the pandemic has impacted everything we do, the way we just live our everyday life. And I don't mean besides people are out of work, people are losing their homes, people are, struggling. Just the way a lot of folks, like I can, from my own personal experience, I have never had this much anxiety in my life. And it's like, imagine the way that people are having to live now with everything that I just mentioned and everything that's going on, and you just be scared all the time. Who wants to live like that? Because of one person's arrogance.
Yeah, that's why it was a breath of fresh air for a lot of people. And like I said, I know people are angry, and there are people that are for truth and justice who don't necessarily care, because we got these things going on in Portland right now, and I'm just like, look,
what's happening?
Oh, you don't know what's going on in Portland right now?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, no, I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm like, it just felt good to do things back to tradition again. It felt good. I'm like, okay, let's try to get the country turned around. Let's see how the first 100 days goes. Because remember, the first 100 days of the last presidency, we had Charlottesville. That was in the first 100 days.
I never realized that was the first 100 days. Shit was just going. It was going off.
It was like, I was like, yo, is this it? I was like, is this what we got to do? The first 100 days of his presidency, we had Charlottesville, and you're like, okay, sure, let's we already know this is only 2017. We like, how much time we got left? So it's like, yeah. We was having to look at that. So, but with the inauguration, you know what I'm saying, it was a great day. I enjoyed it. I literally watched all the coverage of it all day because I'm telling you, every single CNN show that I watched, every single show that talked about it, even like the late night comedy shows like Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon or, you know what I'm saying, Sub Corporate and all them, they kept talking about the poem. And praising this young woman and her coming, it's saying like, look, you got my vote come 2036 when she wants to become, when she is eligible to become president.
Yeah, because she's only 22, so she has 13 years before she can even run.
Yeah,
that's gonna come in no time.
But like I said, so I will definitely say, do yourself a favor, Swag, because CNN has the whole thing. They'll have the whole thing in full. They have like your parts. You can watch Lady Gaga's thing, J-Lo's performance, and you can also watch the her poem, and then you can also watch Biden's speech and stuff like that. And they're all great stuff. You can just watch all sections. Then they had the after concert with Bruce Springsteen and John Legend and Katy Perry, hosted by yours truly, Tom Hanks.
Wow. So I know you was right there front row.
I was like, bro, you need a coat. I'll run to DC right now. Hop the barrier, and everybody be like, catch him. Like, I'm giving Tom Hanks his coat.
Listen, also, completely random side note, that performance at the inauguration.
Which one?
Nothing. Well, see, I ain't gonna get on it. I still do want to know who booked the entertainment for the actual inauguration. Cause what? But John Legend's performance at the after party really made me realize why folks be like, I can't take his voice. And I was just like, you know what? I get it now. And I'm sorry. It be a lot. It just be a lot. I don't know. I'm sorry, completely random side.
No, I feel.
But I was just like, okay.
I'm just saying, but like I said, I think honestly, if there was people and we would like to have a big celebration, I do think that we would have had more of the top stars also. I know a lot of people going to sit there and say, where are the black folks? I mean, we did have John Legend, we did have Adrian Day that it was there also. But once again, like 2-1, the threat of violence was still hanging over everything.
I understand.
Because it was like 2 weeks ago we had that Capitol thing, and we're like, look, are they going to protect these people? Are they going to be snipers out? Because you had ex-military guys that was in the state. These weren't just rednecks out there.
And they had folks who they had to pull from the National Guard that
12
they
of
thought
them
would be a threat.
So I was on high alert until he was officially sworn in. I was on high alert. I was sitting there looking like, yo, because we're on live TV. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once it's live, it's live. And I'm just like, man, and they are crazy enough to try to do something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's one of those things that are live have like 10-second delay.
Yeah.
But I also learned that Garth Brooks has been performing at every inauguration ceremony since Jimmy Carter. Who knew? First of all, Garth Brooks is old.
Yeah, I didn't know that old.
My man been around the block. I did not know that.
But the only one she did perform was at
Reagan. And 45. And he identifies as a Republican, so it's not about party. He just was like, I guess he didn't want no parts.
The same day, I did not know George Bush didn't vote for Trump twice. I was just like,
I
you didn't do it.
I remember the first time he was like, nope. I ain't doing it. But yeah.
Oh, and by the way, he did find his buddy Michelle.
Of course he did.
Oh, yes he did. They the best.
You know he did. He's probably looking at Lord like, oh, I wonder. You see Auntie Michelle over there?
Yeah.
And like I said, me and Lady Sketch was sitting there just roasting it. Like it was funny with seeing Bill Clinton leave Hillary to take pictures with black folks. It was funny to me.
Bill Clinton, I don't know what it is. Bill Clinton looked like he experienced life for the first time every single time I see him. Like his mouth is just open well. Like, oh my God, that's the sky. Wow. Cloud is like, yo, what cloud are you on, sir?
Look, I understand.
I know. Like I said, I don't understand. Actually, I do understand, but still,
like when LL Cool J performed at the inauguration with for Bill Clinton, and he's just looking like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, are you okay?
He looks like that all the time. Do yourself a favor and go look up the Clark Sisters performance from Aretha Franklin's funeral. Ooh. Hilarious. Not the Clark Sisters. Bill Clinton's reaction to the Clark Sisters. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's something. But yes, moving on, because we did go longer than I expected on that.
We definitely did.
Let me run on.
Hey man, look, it's a feel good moment, all right?
It is. I didn't want to, you
can't rush a fresh shower.
You gonna rough him up or something? Why you?
Wait, didn't he call me Young Blood, or no? He called me Home Slice.
Home Slice. Well, hold up, Young Blood. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.